Recently, somebody asked me, one of the students asked me this question. She said she watched a video of this Christian evangelist who was elaborating their plans to convert people to Christianity in India, increase the Christian population. And it seems he was saying that he was elaborating all his plan. It seems it's openly available in YouTube. So he was saying that until now or until recently, they were trying to, forcefully impose their beliefs, their traditions or whatever upon the Indian people, and it didn't work. And basically, his problem was that their mission of spreading Christianity, it seems it has been successful everywhere in the world, but India has been a roadblock. He's saying this. I'm not saying, he was saying India has been a roadblock. They didn't get sufficient success. The success they expected, they didn't get. So they went into uh, seeing why, introspecting why it didn't happen. So they came up with this solution that until now they were trying to impose suddenly their beliefs upon Indian people. So that doesn't work because Indians have their own diverse things going on, they're rooted in their culture. So what we will do hereafter is we will learn their scriptures, we will learn their traditions, their customs, their culture, and everything. We will find out something which their culture is not catering to them, and we will learn their ways, and we will present Christianity to them in their own way, in their own traditions or whatever. It's happening around, you know it. In Kerala, it's happening. In many places, it's happening. Just like there is Vishnu Sahasranama, they have Yeshu Sahasranama, there's something they have. I know. They're adapting all the things which are there and they're trying to come up with their own. They're spreading their religion using our tradition, something they're planning. And he's saying that evangelist, he was saying this has been successful. In Punjab, it is great success, it seems, and in Northeast, it is success. He was telling all this. This is reaping results. So should one of my students, she's telling me all this. So she told me all this. She was telling out of course, some kind of anger or irritation. And she told me, should I send you that video? You want to watch? I said, no. She said, when you hear such things, when you watch such things, don't you get angry? Don't you get disturbed? I told her two things. Point number one, it does not disturb me fundamentally because I know it cannot do anything to me. I have come to experience something and nobody else can take it away. That's settled. So no, whatever they try to do outwardly, no matter what they hear, what they make me hear, it will not impact me fundamentally. Fundamentally, I am not rooted in identities. Whereas in your case, I'm telling her, that student, whereas in your case, you have not come to that fundamental rooting. Your fundamental rooting is still an identity. So whatever you consider as your fundamental basis, when that gets shaken, you will get disturbed because there is nothing more fundamental in your experience. In your experience of life, this identity is the most fundamental and you have great pride and all that. I'm not saying you shouldn't have, but presently that is the most fundamental. So when that gets competition or conflict or whatever from another identity, it will disturb. That is point number one. Personally, I know it cannot do anything to me, but it does disturb me only in the sense that I see that this is a movement which will put more and more people to sleep. My problem is not with these labels, Christianity or Islam or this or that. My problem is not with those labels. My problem is very fundamental. My problem is that these things which are happening in the name of religion is putting people to sleep. Somehow it is making them unconscious, giving them a strong belief. and making them wait for heaven or whatever. And then they're very confident in their life after that, even though they don't know, nothing more is in their experience. Suddenly, these people will become very confident, and finally, they may even become a trouble for others. So, my fundamental problem is only that this is a problem collectively, and my problem is not that this is Christianity versus Hinduism. It is my problem is not that. Because see, if Christianity, suppose I'm giving an example, I hope it had happened this way, but it is not happening this way. Suppose these people who are spreading Christianity, suppose if they presented it as the way of devotion and Jesus as one of the people, like how we have many Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Ramana Maharshi, we have so many people, and there are people who follow them and who get devoted to them, overwhelmed by them. There are many people like this. Just like that, if Jesus became one more person, and it became one more devotional sect, and people were aware of this, that this is what we have to do, this is the way of devotion, this is the way of using the emotion, and then they are doing it. I have no problem, let Christianity spread. Whoever uh, is devotionally inclined, or whoever gets attracted to that personality, will go. I mean, of course, there are many other arguments also. See, with respect to Jesus and other people, for Indians, I'm talking from the perspective of Indians. If Indians talk about Rama and Krishna, at least, of course, time wise they're far away, but at least geographically still they're connected. There is some thread still running. But if you bring Jesus and somebody to India, actually it is so disconnected, even geographically. You have to always find a local solution. I know people want to go global, but even if you want inspiration, you have to first look for a local solution. You should be having vocal for local. Why are you going thousands of miles away finding somebody? And presently, it is happening for a different reason. It is not happening because people are inspired by Jesus. Presently, it is happening because they are being given a belief that if you believe in Jesus, this will happen, that will happen. It is not happening as a devotional sect, it is happening as something else. So, that is my fundamental problem, I told her. And this fundamental problem, it extends into another problem. Because this is my fundamental problem. My problem is not Hinduism versus Christianity or Hinduism versus that. My fundamental problem is people are being put to sleep, and that is happening among Indians also. It is happening in various ways now. There are various sects which are actually taking the template of religions, and the same thing is being in reaction, of course. So my the extended concern here is I see that some organizations, some institutes are reacting, and actually they are becoming religious. They are no more holding on to that fundamental spirit of yoga or spirituality. They are also getting carried away by this unconsciousness, and they are also becoming part of the same thing.